The Wandering Wolf Collective. Hello, and how are you? I am literally still grabbing stuff right now. Marcy, hi. Tammy, hi. Deborah, hi. Raquel, hello. Welcome. So, I'm actually kind of doing a prelude to my show that I'm going to be doing. Hi, Tammy. I'm doing well. Thank you. How are you? I'm kind of doing, I don't, I want to get some ephemera made for the train. The Artisan Creative Train is Monday. It is going to be a full day of demos with, I think it's 20 different artists that will be showing different things. Um, and as a part of that, I actually put together a build a journal kit. And so I thought that I would start some of the ephemera now because it's only a 30-minute show and wanted to be able to kind of get a little head start on it. So that is my game plan right now. I'm kind of organized, but kind of not. I do have the kits put together and know what's going to be in them. Basically, in order to do this, I want to tell you what's going to be in here, what we're going to be doing, and I just want to work on some tags. So you're going to get some fabric, dictionary pages, some stationery pages, a little stencil, some laces, threads, and a whole bunch of different envelopes, some tissue paper, some cards. Tammy, I know. I try. I have this organized though. I've been putting kits together. Some CD envelopes, and then there's some cardstock, a whole bunch of pages, and basically what you can do with this, and then a file folder. Maybe 2 file folders. We'll see how much of this I use tonight. So basically what this is going to do is it is going to give you the basics to make a junk journal, like a true junk journal. And you'll basically pick a couple of stamps, a couple of stencils, and then put it all together and make a journal. Custom wood burning. Hello, lovely. I have to tell you, I really questioned your sign up time for the train Monday. And I was going to message you, and I'm like, nah, she's probably got something going on for work, so she's got to do it earlier. And I really regret not reaching out to you. So for that, I apologize because my gut said it was wrong. But here we are, right? We'll get through it. It's all good. I really am just going to work on making some tags. It was meant to be. It was fine. So I grabbed a couple of stamp sets. Hi, Wanda Beloved. How are you, beautiful? And I pulled out some different journals that I have. Junk journal is anything that you have floating around. Papers, fabrics. Well, I just showed you all the things, but I just pulled out some of the ones that have been, in the past to give myself some ideas of what I want to do. I know I want to do a bunch of pockets with envelopes, and there's a couple of different ways to do this. Um, I'm going to set the fabric aside for right now. You can literally just take all of your pages and bind them into a book. You fold them in half, you bind them into a book, and then you decorate the pages. The other way that you can do it is decorate all your pages and then bind them in. Or you can decorate some of it, which we're going to do, and then continue embellishing and all of that after the fact. So, I mean, this is literally carpet backing. I use it as a stencil. I use it all the time because I love grid paper. And the reason I love my grid paper so much is regardless of the orientation in your book, you always have lines to journal on. Um, and I just like squares. There's some laces, some cords. This is some old computer paper with these. You can use them as is. You can tear this off and use this in snippets. Um, this is out of an old dictionary. You can see how it's just yellowed and aged, but it's a good thickness to decorate tags. Um, your envelopes, you can use junk mail. I'm not sending my junk mail to people, so I'm sending you full-size envelopes. You can fold this in half, you can cut the edges, and then you've got a pocket. Um, Tissue paper we can use to decorate tags. This is actually like a desk, like an old desk planner. Um, I could glue this onto the back of a tag so I have lines on it. I can use the ink blob as a decoration. Um, it's just all the things. Here is just some basic stationery that I thrifted at Goodwill. Obviously, this is like a wedding theme, so I could cover that up with an image. Um, some cards. I just threw in a bunch of different things for whether you're just starting out or you just want a pack where you can sit down and make a book with it. There's some cards. These are like old stationaries, just sheets of stationery, resume papers, that kind of stuff. Those are going to become my pages. Um, these are sticker sheets, so I can decorate these. I can cut around them, peel them up, and I can use these as stickers in my journal. This is some sketch paper. I like the rough edges. Most of my stuff ends up grungy. This is obviously my grid paper. Um, the cool part about this grid paper is it's double-sided, so you can use it both ways. Um, then this is just some old ledger paper. Again, whichever way it goes, you have lines for your journal. And then a heavy duty file folder is what we're going to use for the covers. Now, on my show Monday for the Artisan Creative Train, if you want to see how I put that together and bind all the pages in, um, pop into that show. I am multicasting this to YouTube, so it will be on my YouTube channel and you will be able to go back and watch it. My YouTube channel is Tam's Creative Journey, just like my name. It's all one word, there's no spaces. And I multicast a lot of my shows over there. So when I'm doing demos, you can go back and reference them. If you don't do YouTube, I have in the bin a couple of like $2 items. If you purchase a $2 item out of the bin, you will be able to get the replay for 60 days on Whatnot. So just a couple of different ways that you can go back and do that. The first thing I want to do is pull out the file folder and the cardstock because we're going to talk about that. A couple of different things that I like to do is use my file folders. I use them very frequently to make tags. And do you think I could find a tag in front of me right now? We did this last Friday. Um, this is just a file folder. We demoed alcohol inks. And so I took my file folder, I cut a bunch of tags out of the file folder. We um, coffee dyed it. We did some stamping on it, some collaging on it, and then we took part of the alcohol inks that we had made, stamped, cut it out, and then put some crystal effects. That's not what you guys call it these days. Glossy accents to just give it that shimmer and shine around the edge. We also alcohol dyed the ribbons to match. So this started out as a file folder, just a plain file folder. Um, so with just a few stamps and some inks, we were able to make this. You can also do make little pockets out of the file folders. So I mean, there's a lot of different things, and I'm older. I'm old school, and back in the day, junk journaling was not all about the printables that you buy, you print out on your computer, and then you make a journal. We did altered books. We did junk journaling, like the real thing, where we used our junk mail. We used things that were going to be thrown away. Um, you have old tissue paper from birthday parties, and you used it as decorations. We, from the altered books, we filtered into the what they called smash journals, and it was something that was marketed, and smash journals were very, very popular because you had decorated pages that you started with, and then your Pinterest is listening, journal pockets just popped up. I hate when that happens, one beloved. But I mean, it has evolved, and what it has evolved into is people are creating your basics because people don't have time to sit down and do all the things in a journal. So I like to put together kits. So you have a huge envelope with all of these things, and you may do like we're going to do tonight and sit down and make some tags. And then Monday, we're going to actually take our pages and we're going to bind it. And it's going to be probably 30 minutes to an hour, just little steps. But if you just take 30 minutes a day to create, you're going to be resetting your brain. You will, you're going to be helping with your mental health. You are going to be creating, and you're going to feel accomplished. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. It's scientifically proven that creating will actually reset your brain. As a nurse, I used to work with my dementia patients, and we would do just simple little projects that they could do, and it would say it was their day that they had to take a shower and they hated showers and they were scared of it. And if they did a craft project before they went in for that CNA visit, they were much calmer. They were not as combative, and they were more pleasant to be around. So it resets the chemicals in your brain when you're creating, is what I, bottom line. And I've seen it with my own eyes. It makes a huge difference. All of us deal with stress. All of us, I mean, probably three-fourths of the people now have some form of ADHD or some neurodivergent thing going on. And when you use that creative side of your brain, it helps calm the chemicals in your brain. G.R. Carter Designs. Hi, Greta. How are you doing, babes? Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you, love. I was in your show earlier. Um, yeah, the trauma brain, always. So, y'all, if you are not following G.R. Carter Designs, Greta's amazing artist. She's going to be on the raid train Monday as well. Um, Hi. I popped in earlier and was we you were our background for dinner tonight. So, anyway, so your kit is going to have a file folder in it. I went ahead and coffee dyed a file folder. And Tammy, thank you so much for sharing. Right? I mean, so we got to, Rob's like, hey, is that great eye here? Because I had to in the kitchen while I was making the salads. And I'm like, yep. And so we sat and listened to you while you were running some really cool chords. And I had to like sit on my hands. I'm like, no, I can't buy anything right now. So, anywho, give Miss Greta a follow, please. Um, just for time's sake and all the things. I'm gonna get my big paper cutter, and I don't know if we're gonna how much room we're gonna have. You did not spoil my dinner at all. Your accent is so nice. All right, let's see. Should I move this up a little bit? So basically, I'm just going to take this file folder and I'm just going to cut some of it down. Like I said, it is coffee dyed. I literally took it. You can see the lines from my oven. I dipped it in coffee and then I popped it in a 225-degree oven for about 15 minutes to dry it out. And this is what we have. It's stiff, it's crinkly, and I mean, it works, right? Hi, Wendy. How are you, babe? So let's see. How do we want to cut this down? Let's do, we're going to do some 2.5-inch by 4-inch. Now, if you don't have a guillotine paper cutter, I would not try to use your slide cutter. I would use an X-Acto knife and a ruler or a pair of heavy-duty scissors. So this one is 2.5 inches. We'll do let's do some 3-inch ones. Yeah, I'm going to have to add another file folder to y'all's kits. Do this side. Do some 3-inch. And realistically, you can do this whole thing with just one file folder. So you have this where you could keep the tab if you wanted. I might just lop that off and keep that to decorate something down the road. Let's go with we may need that for something. And we're just going to leave this aside for a minute. So our tags are going to be probably around 4.5 inches. Sounds like a good number to me, right? Does it matter? Absolutely not. You can do whatever you want to do as far as your sizes go. You can cut them down later. Tags come in all different shapes and sizes. If you want standard tag sizes, we'll do a couple of taller ones. Do this one at 6 because, so where this is at, what I did was I cut this and it's going to be a little pocket tag. I like doing that with those. And then this we have, let's do 3.25 on these. Okay, so we just have some different size. There was no rhyme nor reason to this. I just cut a bunch of pieces. So what you can do from here is you can start to decorate them. You can use spray inks on them. If you have paints, you can put paint on them. The sky's the limit. I am going to show you a couple of little tips and tricks because I make so many of my own tags. This. This is an advertisement that I got in the mail. It is like a credit card size or credit card thickness. It's plastic. So what I did is I cut edges for a tag and I did different slopes. So if you take this and so your corners are the same, um, basically you can, as long as it's square on this side, um, so I've cut that. I'm going to make this one square on this side. There's just a tiny little, well, Tam, get it straight, honey. You don't want a crooked tag. And so we have that tag shape. It just makes sure everything is the same. If you don't want to go to the trouble of doing this, another way you can do that is you can take your scissors and you can cut. But what you want to do is you want to exact opposite flip this and then cut that side. So your cuts are going to be the same and your tag will be even. That's another way to make a tag if you don't have, if you don't want to go to the trouble of making these. So there's that. The other thing you could do is you can use a hole punch. I have one somewhere up here. There we go. So you can take your hole punch and just punch it in the center, as close to the center as possible. Now you can put reinforcements on these if you want to. I will say that you can legit get these at the dollar store. Okay, they're white. I know it's okay. So what I like to do with these, before I use them, is you can take an ink and I just ink them up. So I have whatever color that I want on my tag and we're good to go, right? If you're worried about that ink coming off, which I just thought about, I should probably have done that. You can grab English. You can grab your archival ink. You can use the archival inks, any solvent ink. The other one is the StazOn is permanent. Any permanent ink will do. Okay. So I'm going to grab my permanent. And I'm just, probably shouldn't be putting permanent ink, mixing that with the distress, but whatever. It's grungy. If you hang around me, you'll know that I love grungy stuff. And everything ends up grungy before it's all said and done. So what you can do now is you can take your reinforcer, once that ink's dry, mind you, which mine is not yet, but we'll go with this. And you just pop it on there and it looks just as good as a store-bought tag, right? Distress your edges because distress edges are awesome. And what are we going to do with this? We can decorate this tag however we want. We can throw some stamping down. We can throw some stenciling down. And basically what I'm going to do with this journal is I'm going to use like a basic color theme. Okay. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you all for sharing. Tammy, thank you for sharing this. I mean, you can use stamps, you can use stencils. If you don't have any of that and you're just starting out, find an old magazine. Magazines are expensive. I get that. Get the free flyers that you get in mail. Use that kind of stuff. Tear pictures out of them. Collage with it. Do the things that you just get some a surprise pop out in a pocket, right? Get the things that I know, like the grocery stores, they have um, free. What am I trying to say? Like um, local magazines for your local area. I'm not even going to bother with that. So I'm going to take my permanent ink again, and we're going to throw some music notes down in the background because that sounds like a thing to do. I love music. I love music notes. And we're just going to randomly put these on. It's not going to be perfect. I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to be kind of hodgepodgey. Okay. Because then I'm going to go to this other one. A gardening journal would be, I know, one to beloved. Love. I have so many journals going right now. So many. Too many. Yes, if you're quote unquote properly stamping, you want to use a block. We're going to discover. What are we going to discover today? And we're going to put, what else is in here? I literally just grabbed this. I don't even know. Oh my. Okay. So we're just going to throw some stuff down here. I know. Gardening journal. Because you know I have all the botanicals here, right? So this says discover. And we're going to put that right here. Viv, I have one of those. Yes. And you could take notes in it. You can put in, what type of seeds did you plant? When did you plant them? What was the weather like? And if you want to make it into like a true junk journal, you could do snippets from the newspaper of what the weather was that day. If you don't get the newspaper, you could print it off the online paper. So there's so many different ways. Wendy, I'm sorry. I did not message you, did I? Honey, it was amazing. Thank you so much. Use the seed packets as decorations. Absolutely. Use some of your twine. I love you. It was so amazing. Oh my gosh. Guys, I got the best package in the world from Wendy. Telling you. She sent me the coolest stuff. That's in the bead room though, and I can't even show it off, which kind of stinks. But so I mean, okay, so we're doing this for the train. So let's do a little train down here. I used to be very pristine with my art. Tamara. I was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for a lot of years. And if you know Stampin' Up!, you know that everything's all pretty and gorgeous. You saw what I just did, didn't you? Everything's all pretty and gorgeous and color coordinated and all the things. And um, when I started teaching altered book classes, um, my whole brain just like exploded on the grunge. And I have been doing, I don't want to do that again. Where are we gonna? Damn. I'm not multitasking. Wendy, I haven't been around much this week either. I've been super stressed myself, so don't feel bad, babe. I managed to go live thrifting. That's what Tam managed to do this week. I didn't do a bead show. Um, it's been a whole thing. We are going to go live thrifting tomorrow. That we are going to do. So I have this. Do I need to add something to it? Probably, and I'm trying to see if I have a different stamp up here that I can just add some different stuff. That's funny. Do I have a different stamp? Lord. Guys, I have so many stamps. It's ridiculous. Let's do this. Tomorrow, probably, we usually go around 3 Pacific time. What? Do I need to go to Colorado and kick somebody's butt? Do you have your what? Is your grandson okay? It says 3:30. Thank you, Tara. Is that too green? I grabbed my greens because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I'm going to start with this one and see what happens. We're just going to put some color on this because it's too boring. And see how I'm not getting perfect images here. I don't want perfect images. I just want some color down, right? Wendy, do you have him back? Is he okay? Give me info. Colorado's close to me. Ooh, that's too teal. Do you see me playing with colors here? Ooh, I like that one better. How are you, Barn Plume? Are you back home, babe? Okay, so we have some green on there. So we decided we like these 2 greens together. That's good. I'm going to wipe this green off of here. He's okay. She lost custody 5 years ago. We were trying to keep my granddaughter hidden. She went to her school and tried to get her this morning. Do you want to come stay with me for a while, Wendy? Bring the kiddos. We'll have a party. That's a legit offer, my friend. A legit offer. I know I have lines stamped somewhere. Just not sure where I put them. I always keep it beside me, and I have so much stuff over here. I think I buried it. Okay, we'll do it this way. So, part of this, remember me saying that I do lines with this? I bet I'd be stressed too. So this is about how big we need it. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to use this as a stamp because I often use it as a stencil. So I'm going to ink this. I'm going to take my tag that we're working on. I'm going to lay it down straight, and then I'm just going to push down. Let that ink absorb on the paper, and then we carefully pick it up. There's your line stamp. Ah, was that your aha moment for the night? I'm just going to kind of wipe it off of that. And we have just a quick fun little tag. We can decorate it. We can add lace. We can add ribbons. We can add all the things to it if we need to. Okay. But like I said, this is going to be in your kit if you get the kit on Monday. But the thing with it is, if you just want some of this, you can get this carpet backing at the Dollar Tree. It's inexpensive and it works great. We have in there, we've got some ribbons. So this is a double ribbon. But with double ribbons, and one of the things when I'm thrifting and I'm grabbing ribbons, I always grab the double ribbons and they're curved, they're all the things. But if you take them apart, yeah, that's Wendy, you're welcome to call me, babe, and vent at any time. You know that, right? So I'm just like separating this. And what happens when you separate your ribbons like this, you have a multitude of different things going on here. We've got all these little strings. We've got the, oops, we've got the little tool that's holding it together. Oh, that's ridiculous. Why do you need a liar? Call the police. Your son has custody, right? I thought so, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So we're just going to disassemble this whole thing here. Wendy, we have friends. We need to talk. I have family in Colorado. Lots of family in Colorado. So in your kit, you have 12 inches of this, you guys, ish. And so what you're going to do here, take this all apart, and then you've got all these parts and pieces going on. Okay. So we have this tool. We'll use that later on. You have this ribbon, which is now nice and straight. You have this ribbon, which is now, oh Lord. And then you have all the little strings. Okay. So all these little strings are really good for creating some texture. The other thing we have over here is some tissue paper that I just accidentally. All lies, and it's a big, yeah, I can imagine. So we have some tissue paper. We can add some tissue over here. So we can throw down some tissue under there. Now, when you're doing tissue paper, there's a couple of different ways to do it. And here's funny. You can put this down with your matte medium. You can put it down with, legit most anything you want to put it down with. We're going to throw, we don't want it plain though. I can imagine. Custodies are hard. Like, I feel like she wouldn't have lost custody if there wasn't a legit reason, right? So here we are. So I'm going to throw that down here. I'm just gonna grab, where's my glue? Yeah, that's in. Okay. It's ridiculous. So we're just gonna do like a little bit of glue on here. Not a ton. I'm using art glitter glue. You can use matte medium. I'm not concerned if it is wrinkly at all, because we're going to put stuff on top of it. Throw those strings down there before I lose them. Get those all up in there. Now this glue is going to dry clear, so it's okay, but we're throwing some texture down there. I had cardstock over here, and no, I did. I showed it to you. So this is your piece of cardstock that you have. And we're going to stamp something. I don't know what. This is like so random. It's so random, but it's so me. I lost everything. Here, my acrylic. Guys, I have such a mess going on. I had an acrylic block under here somewheres. There it is. Hi everybody, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. We're gonna play. Yes, because why would I not have a butterfly next to me? And stamp it on this cardstock. Sweet. I guess we're going to do a nature journal by the time Tam's done with this, because that's kind of where we're going with it. Set it sideways like that. So I can fussy cut this or I can tear it. I think I want to fussy cut it. So when I fussy cut things, there's a lot of people hate this, okay? They hate cutting things out. But here's the deal. Get a good sharp pair of scissors. These are old school, like obviously falling apart. And you want to hold your scissors straight up and down. And you start your cut, you go in, but instead of moving your arm like this around, hold your scissors where they're comfortable. Use your other hand and move your paper. So I'm cutting straight, but I'm using my other hand to maneuver my paper, and I am not making my wrist hurt, okay? Because I have this other hand that is maneuvering where we need to go. That is the best way that I have found to fussy cut things out. Because if I'm sitting here doing this and I'm trying to go around, my wrist is uncomfortable and it's just it you get sore and people hate doing it. There's weird angles and you can move this hand and move the paper in your hand and make it much easier to get a good fussy cut here. So keep that in mind the next time you are cutting things out. So what I'm doing here, I want to explain, is I have a collaged background. I've got color. I've inked the edges, and I've put some texture with the strings that I have. Um, and now I want a focal point, and I'm using this butterfly as my focal point. You never cut this close. Um, I just, because when you're doing it this way, it's so easy. I I just cut it like this. I'll ink the edges and it doesn't look like it's been cut out. If there's any imperfections by inking these edges, it's going to kind of cover it up. And it looks like I cut right on the line. I don't know. It's just the way I've always done it. There we go. So my word got buried underneath here. And where I put that word is a good question right this very second. Does anybody know where I threw that word? Ma'am, she already lost her stamp. That's awesome. There's that one. There's that one. I put it back. Shh, don't tell anybody. So what you can do with clear stamps, which is kind of cool actually, because I kind of lost that word with the collage over it, I could come back and I can line this up. I'm sorry if my head's in the way. I can line this up and I can stamp that again, only I didn't line it up very well. Yucca. It's blurry. So how do you fix that? Ask and riddle me that. How do you fix that? It's really simple. I think I think my live is going to be just a let's show how Tam can mess everything up and how to go about fixing it. So I'm going to stamp this on cardstock. Cover it up. Yes, ma'am. We are on the same page. Another trick to getting a straighter line, this is really hard to do on camera, hold on, is use larger scissors. Don't take the tip of the scissor where you need it to stop, go beyond. And what happens is if you go straight and cut to where you need to go, you're not getting that little snip thing. Does that make sense? Because when you snip with a pair of scissors, it gives it that little rip and it doesn't look like a clean cut. So if you take your scissors beyond and stop rather than close all the way. Just little tips and tricks I'm throwing out here today. I often don't say these things out loud, so here we are. I'm inking this with the brown, and as I'm inking it with the brown, I'm going, man, we need to get some more greens down here. So what we're going to do, we're just going to kind of throw a little bit of green on here and grunge it up. We're going to use our finger to kind of smear it out. was a lot. And there, we have that. So we're going to cover up that disaster that I just did. I'm using a double-sided tape. I'm going to pop that down there. I feel like I need some more texture back here. That string is just not doing it for me. I have beside me some coffee dyed cheesecloth. Let's do a healthy wop of that. And you've chalks, yes. Neo colors are really good for that. I have green all over my hand. So we can kind of just pull this out. So the strings are poking out. We've got some there. Throw the butterfly down. I like that. So to get this to stay down, I'm going to curl the wings up a little bit to give it a little bit more dimension. And then I'm going to take my glow and just kind of put it down the center. And when I pop that down there, the glue's going to go through the butterfly, through the, from the butterfly through the cheesecloth, and that's just going to glue everything down. And the good thing about the art glitter glue is it just takes a few seconds to dry. So I'm going to pull those wings back up because I smashed them down. We've got that. We can throw some cord in there. We can actually use some of this cheesecloth. We could use some of our lace that we have. We can use a ribbon. Doesn't really matter. And we'll just use a little bit of ribbon. We will tie this up. Maybe if I can get it to work. And there we have it. A few inks, a few stamps, and some old file folders. This you can stick in a pocket in your journal, and you have a place to journal on the back. So let's grab a pen, and we are going to put May 8th, 2026. Friday Art Room Play Demo. Done. Easy peasy. You can color this in if you want to. If you don't like the starkness of this, you can do a couple of things with it. You can do some splatters on it. Let's do some splatters just because I like to splatter things. Because I like to splatter. So we're going to do the lighter. I'm taking some of this. This is a glass mat. It's actually an old it's like a glass for a refrigerator shelf. It's smooth on one side and it's textured on the other. So I have the smooth side up, and I have my jug of water over here. My water has the glass decorative stones down there, and that's what I use to clean my paintbrushes with. So that's going to be sitting over here on the side because we just don't have any more room here where we're at. I'm literally going to take just a corner of this green. I'm putting it down. Taking that really wet paintbrush. Take that, and I'm just going to put some splatters on here. If I want to just kind of paint in a little bit. Spread those splatters out on that butterfly, give it some color. Grab some more of this. Do some more. And then I can dip my lace in there and use that up. And I just scrunched up my lace with the green. And where'd my brown go? Do the same with my brown. Some water. Do some splatters. And wipe that up with my lace. Whatever's on my paintbrush. Clean off my paintbrush, and that has grunged up my lace, and everything matches beautifully. There you go. Any questions? Thanks, Wendy. I don't know how pretty it is. It's pretty grungy. So, and you just have a little journaling spot to go in your journal. We cut some more. Let's keep going. Now I have so much stuff over here I can't find anything, but I put the rest of those tacks, my friends. So I'm going to stick with the same color palette throughout this whole journal making process. I'm going to stick with pretty much the same stamps and just keep going with it. So one of the things that I like to do, and it's something that is very therapeutic, it's what I like to call like grunge journaling or dump journaling. And through doing that, what you do is you can write out feelings. You can get them out of your head. You can get them down on paper, and then we cover it up. So nobody ever really sees it, right? So I'm going to go on the back and show you what I mean. So this is a Stabilo All. It's a brown which obviously I'm going with the browns with this, and it is water soluble. So I always date my things when I'm writing. Um, doesn't have to be neat. But what it does is it lets you get things out of your head. Obviously, this is not just, I'm just explaining what we're doing. But what it does is it's a way to get it out. You write it down, and then you can stamp over it. You can watercolor over it. You can pretty much do whatever you want to do over it. So we're gonna take where'd that the rest of that stamp set go? Um, excuse me, get on my stamp. Thank you. That's too big for that block. Hold, please. I need a bigger block. There we go. So I'm just going to take this collaged stamp and I'm going to stamp right over this, right? I'm again using that permanent ink. So what's going to happen is what I'm stamping is going to be permanent. But what I've written here is not, because it's water soluble. So you can't even read what I just wrote at all. You can see that you can make out the date, but realistically what I just did is I've created something where for the most part you can't read. You can write whatever you want, okay? People aren't going to be able to go back and decipher what you just wrote because now it's covered up with something. You can draw over it, you can paint over it. I love this color too. Do you have the brown, Alice? Or do you just have black? I can't remember. I can't. Nope. We need to rectify that. Seriously. Um. So I'm just inking my edges before I start playing with this because you never know what I'm going to end up doing, and I want to at least have those done and not forget. So this is the one where we're creating ground espresso. I do. I have that right there. I've been using the walnut stain a lot more. I'll show you the difference. I have the ground espresso in the oxide, and don't come at me, please. I'm not a huge fan of the oxides. I don't know why. It's pretty close to the same color. The oxides smear, and I don't know. If I'm going to smear something, I guess I use them when I need to smear something. If that makes any sense at all. Just because I haven't played with them enough, I guess. So, there we go. Tina, tell me your favorite way to use the oxides, because I don't know that I'm feeling that. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but curious. She's curious. So what are we going to do here? I mean, obviously we're going to start out with some words because words are good. You use them for backgrounds. Okay. I need to do that more. I haven't done it for a long time. So this is in a foreign language, and I don't remember which way is up and which way is down. And I am really scared that I am going to stamp it the wrong direction. So it's going to go that way. So let's stamp inside and see what the right direction is. Okay, that's the right direction. Just testing. They seem so much wetter than the inks. True. I don't know. You know, when you do art and you're freaking out because of dry time, I don't know if that's good or bad, right? I mean, we could play with it a little bit. All right, so we have that. Again, are we going to put color on this or no? Nah, meh, I don't know. But in order to make this into a pocket, basically, you can do a little notch here so people realize it's a pocket. That would be much easier to do if I had a circle punch next to me. Really? Yeah, let's do this. So, tricks, guys. If you don't have a circle punch, okay, ink your round sponge really well. Center it and use it as like a stamp. So you've created that really dark edge there. Twofold. What we just did was created a dark edge so it's inked edge. As soon as I find my little scissors, don't cut it all the way. Give yourself like 1/8 of an inch. Go around. And your edge is already inked. Oh. And then just do some more ink here to kind of blend all that stuff in. But here. Tricks. There's so much information in my head, you guys. So to make that into a pocket, we're gonna just put a line of glue here. What the heck is wrong with my glue? Put a line of glue here. That is a lot of glue over there. I'm gonna close that. And we just made a little pocket. A little botanical pocket that's gonna go in our journal on Monday. Thanks, Alice. And again, it's just an old file folder and some ink and a couple of stamps. Some mental health exercises thrown in because when don't I teach you how to help your mental health? There we go. Done and done. Alice, were you here? You're quiet. You're ATCing. Love you. I should be ATCing tonight. I have a lot of amazing ATCs here from the girls. We do some smaller ones that can fit in there. What else do we have over here? Okay, I'm keeping my stamp. Ooh, I wanted to add some purple in. Ooh, we're gonna add some purple because purple. That's dried ink. Okay, we're gonna do some purple. Purple and green works, right? Again, I'm just creating this kind of watery thing. Put some of the oxide ink down. And we're going to do some splatters because we all know Tam loves her splatters. Let me put some little purple around the edge. Just for funsies. Thistles can be purple in nature. I just threw that out there. It doesn't have to be neat, you guys. If you want nice and neat, I can show you nice and neat. I just don't enjoy it as much. I have hundreds, and I do mean hundreds, of Stampin' Up! Sets and cards and scrapbooks and all the pretty nice and neat things that we do. And here we are. Just another one. Okay. Any requests? Anything you want me to show you? Anything? Anything? Hi, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for popping in. We're just kind of hanging out, doing some things tonight. We've got all these cut. Obviously, we're not going to use all those tonight, but this is going to be a tuck spot in the journal, how I cut that. This is probably going to be a tab in the journal, so we're going to set that aside for Monday. I was kind of looking for something small enough. We did that tag. Tammy. So if you type in, well, first of all, you can go to my profile name and click on my shows, and then you can bookmark my shows. And then you'll get notified when I go live. The other thing you can do is, let me see if I can get it pulled up. This listing at the bottom. If you click on that, you can bookmark that and get notified. It's going to be all day long, and we're going to have all the different demos. But Tammy, if you miss it, it will be on my YouTube channel to go back and watch. So, or if you have questions, you're welcome to send me a DM. I'm all good. Greta asks, I came across some stamps that were sticky tonight in your show. Are they bad? You didn't run them because you wanted to ask the expert first. I love you. Yes, it's all one word. There's no spaces. It's Tam's Creative Journey. Thank you. And thanks for hanging out and all your shares, Tammy. Is very, very appreciated. Greta, are they polymer stamps or are they red rubber stamps? Thank you. Have a blessed night. I would try, are they sticky stuck to the plastic? Like you can't get them off the plastic, or they're just like really tacky? The face is tacky. I would take them off and I would wash them in some warm soapy water, like Dawn dishwashing. or never mind, you're an artist. Use Murphy's oil soap on them and wash them with warm water and Murphy's oil soap. They should be good. Had a dumb moment there. I hesitate to tell people to use Murphy's oil soap because so many people don't have them, and then they feel like they have to go buy something. So my go-to is get some Dawn dishwashing soap and warm water. But you've got Murphy's oil soap. I know you do. So just use that. That's going to be your best bet. Did I really just glue this down? I know, like I have one in my kitchen sink. I have one in my bathroom sink. I have one in my art room. Yeah, absolutely. That usually will fix anything, huh? So we're going to chop this like right here. I need a little chopper. Does anybody need a little chopper? I think I have a couple of extras floating around here somewhere that I thrifted at one time or another. I love this little Creative Memories one. It's so awesome. So we need to do 2. Is that where that was at? Yeah. So we'll do 2 inches. 2 by 4. Let's see, before we chop that, how long do we need it? That's that side that had all that glue in it. Oh my god, it's a maple. It's the naked maple. Hi babes, how are you? Tam's playing. See? I'm arting. How are you doing, babe? Did you take your nap after your thrifting? Because that was a long day, ma'am. You sure did. Uh-huh. Rob and I are going to go tomorrow. We're going to go to our regular ones that we go to, I think. So, one of these, babe, I've got like 3 of them. 2 or 3 of them. Send me a text to remind me to send you a picture. I'll send you one. Oh no. Oh, Maple. Yeah, I know I have, because this one has the drawer in it where I keep my corner rounder. I know I have 1 or 2 that don't have the drawer, and I'm pretty sure I have 1 left that has the drawer. Because I thrift them all the time. I know, Mapes. Okay, so we need to cut this down. I want to keep the most amount of grunge as possible. So I think 4 inches is going to be good. Yeah, that's going to work out really well. Okay, there's that. I don't know what we're going to put on this. Man, my mouth always gets me in trouble. And if I happen to have the opportunity to keep my mouth shut, my face gives me away every time. It's a whole thing. Yeah, you know. It's a situation where we made this cool grungy little tag. We made this cool, this is all out of file folders. So I put together a kit for Monday's train, and it is a build a journal kit, and it's going to come with all the laces, ribbons, all the things. And I don't know, I unbookmarked this. Why does it keep pinning it? Jeez, sorry guys. Um, so I showed the kit. Does anybody need to see the kit again, or are we good? No, no. Show it. Okay. Um, I was watching Maple Today Live Thrift, and while I was watching her, I was putting these kits together, and I might have possibly went a little crazy with it. But the premises of this is to have like basics to create a journal. Okay, let me set this aside. And so, what the kit is going to come with, and I pulled some of it out. Put that in there. So, you're going to get a file folder. And obviously, I just used a file folder that I had coffee dyed. Yours is not going to come coffee dyed. You're going to get a file folder. I chopped up this, but you're going to get cardstock. And I tried to do this all in neutral colors. So you can add whatever ink colors you want to it. So you're going to get the cardstock. You are going to get all of this. There's like resume paper, there's the stationery paper that I print your invoices on or your packing slips. You're going to get some uh, this paper. You're going to get grid paper. You are going to get some sketch paper with these really cool edges. And you are going, oh, here's more of that paper. This is more of the stationery paper. These are actually like trifold brochures, so it's a little thicker. You can use it as pages in your journal. There's a couple of those. This one's really cool with the diamond shapes in it. You're going to get some, these are naturally yellowed dictionary pages. You're going to get some old school computer paper with the dots on the edge. This is an old, like a desk mat planner. So you have lines, some cute images that you can either put these on tags, you can put these in as pages, however you want to use that. Um, these are sticker pages. So you can stamp on these, paint on them, whatever, cut them out, and then you have the stickers. Decorate those how you want. You're going to get a couple of 9x12 envelopes that you can use as folio covers, or you can use them as pockets, however you want to do that. You're going to get this envelope, cotton envelope, some regular envelopes. These are wedding invitation envelopes, some note cards. These are marbled note cards. So again, I'm trying to keep it as neutral as possible so it matches. You're going to get a couple of the CD holders for pockets that you can decorate. Some coin envelopes, tissue paper, you're going to get a piece of this, which mine's now used. Don't come at me. You're going to get a piece of this. You're going to get this ribbon. Well, I can't show you the ribbon because the double ribbon, some cord, and then a piece of canvas fabric.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that's going to be your kit. So in order to do this, you basically need to get some stamps, or if you don't want stamps, you can draw. Stencils if you want, some ink colors, however you want to go about decorating this. Here's the rest of the ribbon. However you want to go about decorating it, you can do it solely with pencils. You can do it with paint. You can do it with markers. You can do it with inks and stamps. Whatever you want to do to decorate this, I'm giving you all the bases. Oh, and then there's our little funky piece. But it's just a way to kind of have everything in one place where you can actually make the bones of a junk journal, if that makes sense. And wherever you choose to take it from there is where you choose to take it. Make a sense of? I have this isn't in the kit, but I have some thread and a needle. So if I want to sew, you can add colored fabrics. You can add, there's just so many ways you can go with this. I coffee dyed my file folder because I wanted it really grungy. You don't have to do that. You can have a nice clean one. I think I am going to add a second file folder to the kit though, so you have one for tags and one for your covers is what I think I'm going to end up doing. But just some ideas. This is what I'm demoing. Yes, I'm going to demo putting the pages in the book. And obviously, I'm not going to get it done in 30 minutes. That's like a 2-hour class. And I do have that on my YouTube channel already, but I wanted you to be able to see. I wanted to just have some things made to decorate it. So they're not like, oh, this is just all boring neutral stuff. Well, yeah. Thank you, darling.
You're welcome, baby.
Is it very, very hot, or can I drink it right now?
I was able to take a sip, so be careful.
Rob just brought me hot coffee, guys. Maybe we can do another tag.
Little on the hot side.
It's a little on the hot side. Thank you, love. Wendy says, hi, Rob.
Hello, all.
Hey, Rob, do you want a road trip to Colorado?
I'm sorry?
Do you feel like road tripping to Colorado?
Well, I always love going to Colorado, but
I know.
that was because you were there, but
we could road trip to Colorado.
Why?
It's a long story. I'll tell you later. I don't want them to hear your reaction. He's going to be like, why are we going to Colorado? I used to live in Colorado, and Rob would drive up and see me and visit me. Oh, I will, but I just know if I tell him in front of you guys, he's going to use words that he shouldn't be saying on here. And it could be taken wrong. You know Rob's very overprotective. He would probably say a few things that could potentially get us thrown out of here. Anyway. So just to kind of give you an idea, like this envelope is used to store little tags, ribbons, just ephemera, right? Here's a little ephemera thing. This is a paper bag to store some tags. all of these things can be made out of your ephemera, okay? You can decorate it however you want. You can go as grungy as you want. You can go as neutral as you want. It's set up in a way that you can go with bright colors. So what I'm going to show you is how to bind in the pages. How to choose, how do you get your envelopes in there? How do you, because here's the other side of that envelope. This is an envelope and it's bound directly into the journal. So I made sure to give you a lot of options. Everything is pretty neutral. Again, just a paper bag for ephemera, glassine envelopes, some tickets, some tags. This is just regular paper. This is like a recipe card. It's not the right word, but you know what I mean. Why can I not? My brain. I'm tired, guys. So you see what I'm saying is you can take this journal however you want. I just wanted you to have some basic stuff so we can sit down and we can play. I know that we did the mental health journal and we were doing different things, basically just like this. But this is just using all the different things here and adding to it. This is an envelope with a window. Thank you, Wendy. I wanted everybody to kind of have options that you can do what you want with. Do you guys want a sneak peek of my Raid Train ATC? Every month for the Artisan Creative Train, I make a commemorative ATC, and you can win it as a giveaway in my opening show, my actual demo show, or my closing show. And then I have just a few left over that I will sell. But I decided to go with bright colors because I haven't gone with bright colors for a long time. And I kind of like them. I don't normally do bright colors, but here we are. Bright colors are not my gig. Thank you. But I figured you guys were getting tired of my grungy stuff. So those are for Monday's train. So if you would like the chance to win one of those, bookmark my shows. Monday morning, I'm going to do the opening show, Lord Help Us All, at 7:45 a.m. for me. There will be a lot of coffee and probably some cursing involved. And then we are going to start off the train. We have a lot of amazing artists this time around. And I will do my show is, let me see, my show is at 2:00 Pacific Standard Time. And then I will have the closing show at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So the closing show is going to be 11 o'clock for you East Coasters. Yeeks. But I'm just going to run through. We've got Jill, Tiny the Artist, Charms Creations, G.R. Carter Designs, Custom Wood Burning, Athena MYN, Dana's Fancy Feathers, Skipper Miller, Barbara Florentine, Wonder Woman 64, Doodles K, Gifty Gypsy, me, Creations by Lania, Mary's Casual Treasures, Daydreamer Debbie, Melinda's Creations, Lilac Bloom, Leonard's Handicraft Co., Friend of the Forest, Malsto. Molly's going to do her first demo train. Anyway, Forever Clay, B&L Mercantile, and then Red Rock Creations. And then she will raid back into me. So it's going to be a really good day. I'm looking forward to it. One of the things that your kit's going to have is this really good heavy duty canvas. Um, 1045, 5, and 11. Got you. Nice. So you'll get to see me do this, and if you're still awake. So in your kit, I just left all these strings because I mean they're good for decorating and doing all the things. You will need your own needle and thread. I'm not including needle and thread. Um, I hope you can watch too. If you can't, you can always watch it on the YouTubers. Um, because these strings are really good. Like we did on the butterfly. These are the strings from the lace that we pulled apart. So, anywho, you can stamp on this. You can paint it. You can. This canvas. Oh my gosh. Would you stop? I'm trying to get all these strings off. So, you can leave it as is. You can paint on it. You can stamp on it. You can do whatever you want to do with. You can use this as a cover. If you don't want to use this as a cover, you can use this. You can get some scrapbooking paper and cover your file folder. You can, I mean, the sky's the limit with this. It's basically do your own thing, right? We're making a 9x6 journal. And the reason that I like doing 9x6 journals for beginners and for the just in general, it's not even for beginners, I do it all the time, is if you take a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and fold it in half, it makes a perfect page for a 9x6 journal. Does that make sense? So, like, let me see, is this one? Pretty sure this is, looks like the right size. Yeah. So, like, this one is the same concept. This is made with a file folder. It is 9. Oh, it's like 6.5. It's a little bit wider. So these are pages that are folded in half. Jelly prints. Oh, I need to add. No, I don't. I was going to add the Seed Keeper's Grimoire. Oh my gosh. Wendy. So good. These are jelly prints. These are some of the stationery pages. This is what it looks like when you have an envelope in here. You can have a pocket. I can close this however I want to do it. Some doilies. Of course, my grid paper. There's the other half of that, so I can just slide something in there if I want to. But this is all just made from stationery and jelly prints, pretty much, and some envelopes. So this is the same premises as what we're going to do on Monday. Is I'm going to show you how to take all of your pages, bind them into here, create your book that you can come in and you can put your tag here, or you can put a pocket in, or whatever you want to do. Does that make sense? You have to send me pictures. Hi, Linda. How are you, babe? I got your bracelet, and I'm planning to work on it this weekend. Okay. Look at me, not telling anybody I got mail yesterday. I'm horrible. I got a great package from Wendy this week too. Wendy, I'm trying to talk Alice into doing printables for us. She's so good at it. Have you been in her shows and seen? It doesn't, that's, Linda, the best jewelry is not necessarily expensive. it's what it means to you. Absolutely. It glows. It's in my bead room right now. I'll have to check it out. That's cool. All right, guys, are we ready to go? It's late. With the blue light? Okay, I'll go check it out. That's cool. Is it the correct size for you? Where's my Alice printables? I just got a whole package of them from her, actually. So a lot of times she'll do, your birth is about an 8, so yeah, it's perfect. Okay, I just didn't know if you needed me to add or take any beads away. I will do it exactly as it sits and not change anything other than make it. When I do stretch bracelets, I double cord it, and yes, it's 2 double stranded, so it's actually going to have 4 cords, and make sure that it is super secure. Awesome. And then when I get it done, I'll run your towel. We're talking about your printables. That's what you missed. Your phone died because we were on the phone all day. Yeah. So basically, she prints them out for you. She gets. I will definitely thank you, Linda. She actually gets all of. She was doing a Harry Potter raid train. So basically, what she does is she curates all these different images and she puts them in. She figures them all out and then she prints them out for you. Sometimes she cuts them out, sometimes she doesn't. Sometimes she just sends it on its way for you to figure out on your own. And basically, you can use them to decorate whatever and make a journal. And she does an amazing job of it. So this was the Harry Potter one that she did. This was like her first time ever binding. I was so proud of her. But basically, you have this folio, and she's bound it together. I love this page so much. I'm going to need more copies of this page, Alice. I think this is like one of my favorites. But anyway, and then she sends you the ephemera and you put it together and decorate it. I've never, gosh, don't kill me. I've never even seen Harry Potter. I don't know what it's all about. I really don't. But I liked all the herbs. Nice. I like the train. I like the owls, the call, all the things. Um, this grunge is beautiful. So basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through and let's just say, where did I see that? So like here, I'll show you. I'm loving this owl. This owl is kick ass. But I'm not a Harry Potter. I mean, it's not my thing. So probably what I will do here is find one of the pockets that I can put down here. See what I mean, Jelly Bean? So you can decorate it however you want, but it's just really cool that she does this. She prints them out. I got her addicted to fussy cutting, which makes me giggle on so many levels. And yeah, it's a whole thing. And then you can just do your thing with it. Use what you like. Decorate how you want. And you got all the stuff. So there's that. So yeah, I was saying that I'm trying to talk you into doing printables. Like selling kits that we can print out and stuff. But anyway, that's a whole thing. So we're gonna go back to these kits. I honestly haven't figured out how much they're gonna be yet. That I didn't think that far through. But we have coolness here, right, guys? And we're gonna be doing it. I know, baby steps, love. So this is what we're doing for Monday. And we'll probably continue to work on it until I get it finished. So Monday we're gonna put the pages together. We're gonna talk about choosing pages, placement of envelopes, and the pamphlet stitch. That's what we're gonna do Monday. So bookmark that show, come hang out. I will get as much of it done as humanly possible, okay? In a 30-minute raid train. Oy vey. So thank you all for joining me. I think we're probably gonna find somebody to raid. And I don't know where we want to go. Craziness. I do not know who we're. Hi, Camille. How are you, beautiful? Camille, ma'am, your Indian is on his way to you. Girlfriend. I know, it's so gorgeous. Anyway, so it's on its way to you. I shipped it out the next day, and it's so good. But you have a big, 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 but big box coming to you. It was like 24 by 20 or something like that. Okay, I don't know who we're gonna go see. I know, it's gorgeous. Rob's like, I can't believe you sold this. I'm like, really? I didn't. Maple did. It's her fault. That's one of those things that under normal circumstances I probably would have just kept and put on my wall. It's that good. So I think you're gonna love it. She did. Rob made the box for it because I tried and I could not get it to. Anyway, he literally made a box for it. So it's awesome. I can't wait. We are thrifting tomorrow afternoon. He is the best. We'll be thrifting tomorrow afternoon, and then I'm going to be. Monday is my raid train, which is the artisan creative train. And then Tuesday I'm going to be thrifting again. So I think it's time for us all to go to bed. Wheezy's on. Do we want to go see Wheezy? I don't know what she's doing, but she's only got 2 people. So we're going to go see what she's up to. Bundles and card packs. She did want it for herself, I know. We all did. And there you go. It's yours. One time I sold a quilt and then I reached out to the person I sold it to and asked her if she was going to resell it. And I would just buy it back. I know, right? Oh, did you see the quilt that Lynn bought? Oh, my Lord. Huh, it was a nightmare. Okay, guys, I'm really going to go. Much love to each and every one of you. Thank you so very much. Hugs and kisses, and Have a very blessed night. I'm going to finish that story real quick. The quilt that I sold to Lynn, we ran it at 6 pounds just to be safe, and it was actually almost 10 pounds. Whatnot was not happy with me. Okay, much love. I will see you all tomorrow for live thrifting. Have a blessed rest of your evening and thanks for hanging. Hugs and kisses. Bye.